Yo, what up, gamer? My name is Russ, and welcome back to another weekly reset. That, of course, means it's time to open our great vaults. I got 4 characters for you guys this week, so I'm going to try and speedrun it. But while I'm logging in, we'll just do with the rogue first. While we're logging in, I wanted to ask you guys your opinion on something. I am starting to feel like I'm hitting a kind of gear cap, at least with a couple of my characters. So I'm looking to bring in at least one more to like these great vault opening series. And just generally like my alt rotations. And I'm also thinking about starting a series, like a Zero to Hero series, where I go from absolutely fresh character up to Keystone Master, that being like all 15s in time. I think it's 2500 score without, I'm going to disassociate my character from my Radar AO score so no one can see that I have a score on my main and try and pug my way all the way up to Keystone Master to prove that it can be done, I guess. With if there's a will there's a way kind of thing. So I'm interested to see what you guys opinions on class would be for that. I'm thinking between monk and warrior. Neither of them like super meta class, but also not completely dead end terrible, right? In terms of the community perception of them, not that any class is particularly bad if you can play it. So I'm kind of leaning towards monk, but I did originally want to do that series on my warrior. And yeah, I'm just kind of wondering what you guys prefer to see. I want to take something with a tank spec, at least, so that I can, at least in the lower keys, just be like the guy who steps up to tank and stuff, so I can get stuff done and not just rely on like invites as DPS the whole time. So monk or warrior, I don't know what you guys would prefer to see, and also which alt you would like me to start bringing in, doing a weekly 15 on for these great vaults. Anyway, let's jump into the actual meat of this video, and that is we're gonna start with my rogue. Same as last week. I've just been doing like one to four. I think I did like 3, so I missed out on my last vault slot on this one last week. But we're gonna get 1 slot nonetheless. Again, I'm looking for any kind of tier set pieces that I can throw in the catalyst and a weapon. That's like my main things on the rogue. I haven't really been plugging the raids, so there's no chance at Zymox trinket right now. I've already got the file, so any off piece, but preferably a tier piece and a 278 dagger. That's kind of what we're going for here. So we're just going to jump in and open it because I already talked a bunch this video, and we can get going through the next characters. And we get a belt, which is, ooh, that's actually not that bad. I could probably craft Unity on a different slot with this. 278 belt is pretty nice. Mastery is like whatever, but it's not the worst for sub, and it's got a socket on it, which is kind of cool. And my Unity is 210, so I'm definitely going to take that one. And then I'm probably going to put Unity on, I don't know, we'll see. Like basically my weakest slot. I could probably put it on a main piece actually. Probably put it on something like legs here, maybe, or chest or shoulders or something, and then put the belt on. That's probably a decent upgrade, I'd say. And I might even be able to throw this into the catalyst as well to change around the stats. I don't know what the stats will go to, but I'm definitely going to use that and throw Unity onto another piece there. So that's pretty cool. That's a good start on the rogue. I must remember to make a new Unity when I next log in that, or I'm going to be running with the 1 Lego. But yeah, let's jump into the chamois and see if we get anything good. I believe I have 4 slots on the chamois. So I actually healed a couple of +20s last week on this guy in pugs. So I'm getting to that point now, which was like one of my goals this season, to time every 20 on a healer and on a tank, and of course the DPS, which is my main role. I wanted to be at the point where I could play keys at +20 level on my off rolls. I thought that would be like a cool little personal goal to set myself. So I actually managed to heal a couple +20s in time on this guy. I did have to play Necrolord. Necrolord Resto Chamois for some of the dungeons because I was doing like Plague Falls, TOPs and stuff. So that was interesting, but it wasn't the worst, but it definitely wasn't the best. And as you can see, my group in this key was not very good at interrupting compared to me. I'm pretty sure this was a disband. Anyway, what we're looking for from the vault, my tier pieces and off pieces and stuff are pretty good. My weapons are pretty sorted. Honestly, my chamois has really good gear. I guess we're looking for maybe gloves 278, so I can chuck them in the catalyst, or perhaps maybe a ring, or a trinket. I would still like to get the ruby in 278s for elemental, or a changeling could work out pretty nice as well. Weapons with sorted, braces 278 would be fine as well. Then we can start going for sockets, and I think like we're soon looking at grinding sockets on this guy. So I'm going to open this one as elemental loot spec and just see what we get. Honestly, anything's kind of okay. Okay. So we get chests, which we obviously already have. Add a staff 278, which has speed on it. Pretty cool, but mastery haste I don't think is very good. Maybe I should start opening these as like enhancement or something. I think I'm gonna go with the tokens. Like this weapon's cool and all, especially for some classes. Like I know this one's insane on boomies. I think it's the same one I got on my warlock last week. I obviously already have the tier chest, and we need to get sockets eventually anyway. So I think this might just be a socket angle. Sadly, I don't have the 3 slots. Otherwise, I could get like a straight up socket. But this is still like working towards a socket, you know. So there we go. We're taking that one on the chamois today. I can't remember if I got any tokens last week. Yeah, I have 10 tokens, so I actually have enough for almost 2 sockets. So I'm actually just gonna go ahead and buy one now. That's not the right thing. Where is the vendor? Which guy's the vendor? This guy. All right, so we're gonna jump in and get 1 socket, and then I've got 4 towards my next. So almost 2 sockets on this guy. Can start throwing those on some good pieces, maybe this belt or something. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So let's jump on to the warlock. So here's how the warlock is looking. Still not my favorite character of all time, not gonna lie, but I have been giving it a little bit more of a go. I think I might have done 4 dungeons on it, so I think we got 2 slots on this one for Mythic Plus. Items we're looking for, any tier slot which I can throw in the catalyst, especially a chest, because I only have a 233 chest. That would really help me out. And when this character gets a bit more fleshed out, I'm gonna give it the old bank shock treatment, where I just spend, you know, a whole hour or so just going through, clearing out my bags, upgrading all my items with Valor, making my legendaries at 291, all that stuff, and the eye level should shoot up. But I'm still trying to like learn to love the warlock. I'm not having like super amounts of fun on it right now. I don't know if that's just me not agreeing with like how the spec goes. I did have a couple moments this week though where I found it really fun, and I got to that point where I was like at the uncapped AoE where you're just spamming rain of fire, rain of fire, rain of fire on like mass AoE, and that was actually really cool and really fun. But the amount of times that's happened is like I could count it on one hand. And all the other times I just feel like the spec feels really lackluster and kind of boring. So I'm still not falling in love with it, but I'm gearing one up because everyone and their mother has a warlock right now, and you can certainly tell. I don't know about you guys, but in my keys I've definitely run into my fair share of like warlocks who really bad and they're 3.5k mythic plus score or something. So yeah, I don't know, flavor of the month rerollers, what can I say? Anyway, we're gonna open this one up and see what we go with. Okay, I lied. We didn't have 2 slots. I really thought we had, but a 278 cloak, I will absolutely take that one. It's got verse on it, which kind of sucks, but I have a feeling that I can throw this one in the catalyst maybe, and it could potentially change the stats into something which is half decent. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. It's that or 2 tokens towards a socket. I'm nowhere near needing, you know, the point where I need sockets on this character yet. And it's only 1/3 of a socket, which is like kind of shit. So I'm definitely just going to take the cloak and run with that one, and just say that that's like a very small W, and you know, we're on our way to getting a few more eye levels on the lock. So we'll jump into my main now, which is my Demon Hunter, and yeah, we'll see what we get. So here's how the Demon Hunter is looking right now. Pretty much same old as it has been for a few weeks. We're full socketed except for on this bracer, but this is not my main set of gear actually. This is my main set of gear. So we're full sockets. We got a 278 Poxstorm. Obviously our trinkets are looking okay. One big thing that I want from this vault, fingers crossed, is the File of Putrefaction at 278. That would be huge because that means that I can then start opening the vault in Vengeance spec. A 278 chest would be cool. I finally got Halondrus down last week, so 278 legs are now mine. I got those luckily straight from the chest after we killed the boss, from the actual boss itself, so that's cool. But yeah, 278 chests I can throw in the catalyst, maybe a 278 ring, preferably with a socket, or another Poxstorm would be fine, I guess. Like that would be okay. But the file is like the main thing I really want. A cloak I'll take as well, you know, even the same cloak that we just got off the warlock would be fine. But yeah, now that Valor's uncapped, I can upgrade my own cloak anyway, and I can upgrade a couple of my items. So the file is the big ticket item here. I'm going to make sure I open it in Havoc spec. Someone asked me actually, I'm not sure, I'm going to double check if you can actually get the file in Vengeance spec. So Vengeance, the file is not there. Havoc, the file is there. So yeah, you do need to be in Havoc loot spec to loot the file. So I'm going to make sure I do that, and then we're just going to run it. We should have 3 slots here. And I don't think I have a raid slot, sadly, because we're extending, so we only killed one boss. But please give me file. That's not the file. That is a blood spiller. Oh, a chest though. A chest. So the blood spiller is actually like a really good second weapon. But after we kill Anduin, we're going to go to Lords of Dread, and there's a 2A5 weapon that can drop on Lords of Dread. Oh yeah, I forgot I did the raid on normal. Got some rank 1s and logs and stuff in the viewer run last week. That was cool. So feel free to check out the stream if you want to come do raids with me on Friday nights. Chest though, I think I'm going to grab the chest. Okay, there we go. I just had to put my guildie on ignore real quick because he keeps spamming me every single character I log into. So I'll probably take the chest because it's 278. And yeah, I think we'll run with that one. This weapon would be like kind of nice. I have been looking to replace this Vein Ripper. In fact, I'm always tempted to replace the Vein Ripper, just because it's gonna buff up my eye level so much, and maybe I'll get invited to more keys. Like, I'm genuinely thinking about taking that just for bag eye level, and so I can put the blood spiller in my offhand. Because like 6 eye levels on a chest is not that amazing. It's stats, which is fine, and I feel like that's the way to go. But genuinely, this might be better for my actual gameplay and getting invites to keys and stuff, just because it's gonna blow up my eye level so much more. So I'm actually gonna sim like how much of a DPS difference it is, like to replace that Crucible and Vein Ripper, because it does do a decent amount of my damage, but it is pretty low eye level, and I don't really see many people running it now. And the secondary stats on, you know, and weapon damage increase is going to apply to like all my AoE, which is kind of like where DH is lacking a little bit. So I actually might take the weapon here. But I'm just going to quickly sim it and get back to you guys. I kind of decided while I was simming what I was going to do anyway, but I simmed just to be sure. I decided I was going to take the blood spiller because just going to buffer my eye level. I see that like nobody is playing with the Vein Ripper in their offhand anymore. There must be a good reason for that. I think the added stats and weapon DPS is just going to buff my like overall AoE as well, like everything I do, rather than just my single target like the Vein Ripper does. So I think that that's just the play to go anyway. The sim came out saying this was an upgrade on single target as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this one. The chest was close at 278, but this one's just going to buff everything around me and give me like a big eye level boost, so people might take me a bit more seriously when I sign up to their keys, right? So that's what we're going to go with this week. We'll get a chest another week, and if not, you know, we'll get it in the raid at some point. Same thing. We're going to be replacing this blood spiller eventually, but for now, this is technically the best way to go. And also for like peace of mind when I sign up to keys, I want this one as well. So we're going to go with the blood spiller, and added bonus is indestructible too. So there we go. And we're getting the Critic Wake 24, which is actually kind of a nice key. I think the affixes were, was it Inspiring and Quaking? So that's actually not a bad week. Might actually run some keys this week because I didn't really get to do any last week, and I want to play some Night Phase stuff. If you do enjoy my Demon Hunter content as well, Demon Hunter specific content, I do a lot of that kind of stuff on the channel too, so check that out. But yeah, I'm putting out a couple videos about Night Fae over the next couple days, so hopefully you guys will stay tuned and enjoy those. Anyway, that's it for this week's vault opening. Again, let me know in the comments what classes you'd like to see me add into the vaults, and what class you'd like to see me do 0 to hero on. I'm thinking a monk because I like all 3 specs, but I'm also cool with doing like a warrior, maybe like a DK or a hunter as well, like just as an alt. But for the 0 to hero, I kind of want to do either monk or warrior. Anyway, let me know what you think. Feel free to check out the stream. It should be floating above my head. And thank you to the Patreons. Those guys help support the channel and keep me doing what I'm doing, so consider checking that out. It's also in the description down below. And yeah, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.